Hello there, my lovely darklings. Hello there. I am live on YouTube and Facebook, and I'm live here on Instagram. So, hello there, my lovely Darkly Mystic Circle. I trust you're doing well today. And I'm very excited to be here today on our lovely Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays, because I want to talk about manifestation. I talked about this recently in my what is it called? My mailing list, my email list, the Shadow Work Club. If you're not signed up, you can definitely sign up there on at madamysticandall.com. I will put the link in the chat very soon. But yes, I am very excited to be here today with you all. Once again, my Instagram family, hello, Darkly Mystic Circle on here, and my YouTube and Facebook family, hello to the Darkly Mystic Circle on there. But yes, once again, I want to talk about manifestation today because something actually just happened to me that something just, hey, Manson, something literally just happened to me in my orbit that reminds me of how manifestation works. It reminds me of how manifestation works. But before we get started, let me know how your days are so far in the part of the world you're in. I am very grateful for you joining me today. And I am going to set our, hopefully you can hear me. Someone just tried to call me. I'm going to be setting our elements and just for us to just take a breath so we can all just cool down and have a good time here together. So, yes, let's just take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Making the exhale very audible. And on our last exhale, once again, making it very audible, we are sending a wave of relaxation through our entire body, breathing in through the nose and sending that wave from head to toe. And that usually makes me slow down, especially since I didn't rush to get online here today, but there's a few things that I had to get together at the last minute, which is not an issue. So while we're doing that, let me just set our intentions for the day. So once again, we're going to be talking about, hey, Witchy Potato, I'm going to be talking about manifestation. I actually want to talk about more specifically not only just the truth about manifestation, but it looks like I'm just doing my witchy wand. But I want to talk about, oh, so happy to hear, Manson. I want to talk about how manifestation is not just about thinking positively. I wanted to put that in our title today, my title on every platform, but that's a way too long title. And that's actually something I talked about in my once again my email list, my Shadow Work Club email list. This past Monday, this past Magical Monday, Manson, I love how social you are. Adorable. But yes, so it's really important that we realize that manifestation is not just about thinking positively. So I want to talk about the truth about manifestation and what that really means for us. And then, as usual, I want to have a full moon reading. And if you didn't know already, we're going to be having a full moon coming up this weekend, this Saturday. And it's going to be a full moon in, ooh, I know I'm not forgetting. And Leo, excuse me, excuse me. And you already know, Manson, and every platform, Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, we can be social here because we're all, this is not even just a safe space, whatever that, this is a sacred space. We are in a sacred space. So we are all here, we're all in resonance with each other because we all want to have higher consciousness, higher frequencies, and higher experiences. And that's why I want to talk about manifestation today, because when it comes to higher consciousness work, it all comes down to us wanting to have better manifestations. And I'll go into my story about something I unmanifested in a lot of ways in a few minutes. Before I do that, and now that we've taken our deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth, Now that you're feeling nice and relaxed and settled into this moment, being present, mindful, aware, and conscious as we go on to this ritual together, I want us to, excuse me, there was something in my teeth. I want us to set the elements together. So, thanking the powers of earth, air, fire, and water that all exist within this incense. And I also want to call on and thank the powers of the north, west, east, and south, calling for their guidance, their love, their wisdom, making sure that we're in high alignment, making sure that we are in high resonance with each other and with our manifestations, with our desires, and that we are on the frequency of truth, love, joy, happiness, bliss, not only just aligning it with ourselves, but making sure that we are extending it to others and especially in our community. So yes, ashe, ashe, we have all of our elements set. I wanted to have a whole like glass of water and what's that word called? A glass of water and my candle and stuff like that. But that is I tried to do that during my Spring into Power masterclass the other day, and it like made me feel wheezy because I'm sure that was not the proper candle or the proper the proper candle I was using. Sometimes those dollar store candles, they're helpful. They get the job done, but they make you feel some type of way. Like I definitely need to get myself some better candles. But yes, you can see the smoke clearing and transforming us right now, clearing our all the energies, all the stuck, stale, unwanted energies from our auras, energy fields, and energetic centers, so that we can be more alignment, more present, and more aware as we go along with our ritual today. So the truth about manifestation. So before I get into that, I want to talk about something that just literally happened to me like 2 hours ago. Like not even 2 hours ago, this thing happened to me. And hello to everyone that just joined on every platform, talking about the truth of manifestation. And then we're going to go into our reading very, very shortly. So I want to talk about once again. So I something happened to me about an hour or two ago where I was rejected from something that I set out to. I sought my sights on. My sights were sought for the said thing. But let me tell you my reaction to this thing. The reason why it wasn't heartbreaking for me, as it really could have been. It really could have been if you knew what the situation is. I don't want to give too much away, just in case certain people are seeing this, or just to maintain a sliver of privacy. But something happened to me once again, that I was rejected from something. But let me tell you something. This thing is not what I wanted. It wasn't what I wanted. It was something I did because I thought I had to do it. And that's what happens when you're intentionally trying to manifest something. You're going to remove a lot of things out of your life, or clear certain opportunities out of your life that are not meant for you. We think it's a horrible thing. We think that it's something that's heartbreaking, heart-wrenching, that we should be discouraged, that we should feel down on ourselves. No, we're going to attract certain things. There's going to be certain opportunity that seems like they're going to be for us. We're probably excited about them. We probably want to try them out. We want to see what they're like. We want to just have the experience of that thing. But when it doesn't happen, it doesn't mean that you're a bad manifester, or that you're not able to grab or magnetize the things that you want into your life. It means that that thing is not in resonance with the highest goal here. And that's the truth about manifestation. When you're trying to manifest something, your heart has to be in it. Your heart has to be in it. This has to be an actual authentic desire, but based on your free will. And a lot of the time we have petty desires based on like what other people may have. Other people may have the car, the clothes, the partner, the job. But like, do we actually want that? Or do we want that because we think that's what's expected of us as humans, as successful humans? Because a successful human doesn't have to have that thing in order to be happy or healthy or well. And that's what happened to me about an hour or so ago. I looked at my email. I was excited about this thing. I will say, I was excited about this thing. I thought I was going to get it. I thought I was going to get it. I was like, you know what, the child, I'm a shoe in. I got this. Ooh, you know what? I charmed them. They don't even know it hit them. I gave them the works. I gave them the smile. I gave them the personality. I got the skills. I got the talents. I got the gifts, but it's still not coming to fruition. Why? Why did not that thing not come into fruition for me when I was a shoe in? Exactly, man. Since society forces us to want a lot of stuff, it forces us, or excuse me, it was like deep in my teeth. I was like almost distracted. But that's the thing. A lot of our desires are things that we have been conditioned to believe are our desires. A lot of our desires are, we've been conditioned to believe that we need them in order to be successful or happy. Do we actually truly want half the things that we've been conditioned to believe is important to us? No, no. We all are conditioned to believe, or programmed to believe, we want the house. What would you even do with the house? What would you even do with the house? What would you even do with the car? What would you even do with traveling here and there? You would just read inside of your home anyway. You would just be on your phone inside of your hotel. So that a lot of the times, a lot of the commercials, a lot of the programs, a lot of the ads we watch, they make you feel, and even influencers. That's why, like, uh everything online, everything on social media is just a way to it's like a highlight reel of somebody's lives. All of us have shadow aspects of ourselves in our lives. We all go through things that make life worth living. But just like what I was saying earlier, the thing that happened to me that was a rejection, it was technically a rejection. That was not even just redirection. It was just like, thank you, God. It was just like, thank you, source. Thank you, Allah. Thank you, all that is, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't matter. I am so grateful, and I'll tell you why in a second. All we need is breathing, eating, drinking, and unload the food and drink. That's it. Facts. You know, like, and we're not in survival mode. And in this community, in the Darkling Mystic Circle, we are in thriving mode. We thrive here in this space. We are all people who are conscious, aware, mindful, and present. We are aware of our shadows and our lights. We have authentic free will. We express ourselves freely, and also feel our emotions. We're not, I don't need to do a crash course in how to feel or what the chakras are. We're enlightened here. We're enlightened here. And I speak that over you. I speak that over you. However, the thing that happened to me that was redirection, the reason why I'm so grateful that I was rejected from it is because I did not want it. I did not, I tried to like put the emotions into it. I tried to do the visualization about it, and it still didn't happen. So that means, and I feel like I'm a master manifester. I'm just gonna have to say this. I'm like a master manifester. That's like the point of self-mastery work in a lot of ways. I'm great at manifesting, and so are you. We're all great manifestors. Everything that happens in our lives is a manifestation, whether it's good, bad, or neutral. But the truth about manifestation is actually two things. Once again, I talked about this in depth in my Shadow Work Club email list earlier this Magical Monday, and actually I'm gonna do I'm going to put something in the chat right now. Let's transmute together at madammysticalnoir.com. I have a lot of things coming up on that's been on my website that I would like to talk about later. That's very exciting, very helpful. So excuse me, my Facebook fam, as I do this. Very much appreciated. Like my hand is probably all up in your face right now. And I'm going to do the same on YouTube and Facebook. And hello to everyone that just joined. I trust you're doing well today. Let me know how you're doing in the comments down below. But yes, so the truth about manifestation is two different things. It's not only just the how about this? I'll go over the first aspect. The first aspect of manifestation is also not even just visualization, but having your emotions involved. We have our emotions involved in a lot of things, but when it comes to something that we're truly passionate about, we don't believe it exists. So we don't even try to put the emotional effort into it. You have to be excited. You have to be passionate. You have to be through the roof, overjoyed, over the moon, like doing backflips of being excited about the desire, whether it's big or small. And that's what's going to reel it in. Once again, we are electromagnetic, bioelectric, like a bioelectromagnetic beings. So we can cast out our intention through our mind's eye and our mind, and even through the visualization, we're automatically connecting to the highest version of ourselves somewhere in the ether on whatever parallel dimension or whatever timeline exists already, because everything exists right here and now. But when your heart is not into it, you're not magnetizing it. You're just sending out the signal. Like, yes, I'm connecting to that person visually. I've set my intention. I'm doing the affirmations. But the thing is, if you're numb to how you feel about that desire, because it does exist already, number one, but it can exist. That's the best thing. Everything is possible. Everything is possible. So when you don't have your heart into it, you're not putting your back into it. It's just limp. It is just limp. When you're not allowing yourself to emote how you would wish to feel about a certain thing, and when it comes to your desire, the thing you would like to magnetize into your existence, it's just flat. It's just words on a piece of paper, your affirmations. It's just a daydream. You're just a professional daydreamer without getting your emotions involved in the excitement or the manifestation process of your desire, rather than just using your hands and your feet, because action is a very much so great thing to do, but you have to sometimes let go and allow the thing to magnetize to you, and it magnetizes to you with your heightened emotions. Allow yourself to believe. It doesn't matter if you believe that it exists. It doesn't matter if you don't believe that if it's not possible. It doesn't matter if you don't believe it's possible, because it is. It is at the end of the day. Your logic, I know we have logic, our nervous systems are a lot out of whack, but at the point here in the Darkly Mystic Circle, we've done our nervous system work. We have we're in line, and we talk it out with somebody. We do our exercises. We're here to be on higher planes of consciousness here. So we're over. Gone are the days where we don't believe stuff is possible. We know we live in a magical universe where everything can happen at all times for whatever reason. And when you're not putting your back into it through having heightened emotions with your desire, your brain cannot tell the difference whether or not you've had that experience in person. So, for example, what is something I manifested? Give me 1 second. I'm going to give an example of something I've manifested, because I've manifested so much in my life. I literally, really do believe I am a master manifester. Um, Let me just type something really quick in the chat, because I have some wonderful things happening on my website that I would like to share later on in our chat. Okay. All right. Hello to everyone that just joined on both platforms. Much appreciated. I appreciate you. All right. So I let me just choose uh skin health. Skin health. I I never knew that my y'all don't know this, but my skin used to be jacked up. I'm not shaming or judging myself at all. But um my skin used to be jacked up, especially when I was in high school, because I would eat dairy, I ate fast food constantly. My skin was jacked up. Hello to everyone just joined. I trust you're doing well today. Let me know how you're doing on this lovely Witchy Wisdom Wednesdays. Oh my gosh. So I used to have craters in my face. I used to have acne scars. I looked like a crunch bar. Whatever part of the world you're from, a crunch, like look up a crunch bar. I look like a crunch bar. like literally chocolate skin with craters and lumps and bumps. And I'm not shaming or judging anybody who has that experience. Just know that I've been there. I've been there with you. And once again, it came from lifestyle, and it came from probably just believing I was doomed to having bad skin too. I would always look in the mirror and be like, ugh, yuck. I would actually be repulsed by looking in the mirror a lot of the time in high school. And I was still good looking in high school. I will say. I was still good looking in high school, but I didn't believe I was cute because of my skin texture, not even because of my complexion. Um Luckily I lived in a very black and brown neighborhood growing up, so I wasn't I I never felt unattractive. Man said, "Now you're just a snack." Oh, I'm a whole meal. But thank you, Manson. I appreciate you, darling. But yes, so and let me know if this all resonates with you. But what made me manifest great skin was not only just eating well and exercising and cutting out dairy and not eating fast food, something I do not eat. I literally 99% of my meals I make myself with love and proper nutrition and proper hydration. But I I didn't really have to do any spells or anything around that, but I knew it was possible for me. I was excited for the day. I remember, let me actually go back a little bit. In my early 20s when I was in high school, I mean, in my early 20s when I was in high school, wow, I got held back a lot. But in my early 20s, when I was just in my first semester of college, I was riding the bus one day, and I would every time I would ride the bus, it was like a 3-hour bus ride because I was scared to drive on the highway, and I didn't have a car at the time. My parents and me, my parents and I were all sharing a car because I'm sure a lot of y'all can relate to this. We were probably all raised blue collar, lower to middle class, lower middle class or lower or in like blue collar areas. So we shared a car. So I would take a 3-hour bus ride to college. And on that bus ride, as a Pisces, I'm very dreamy. I would daydream about having wonderful skin. I daydreamed about having beautiful skin, being in shape, having a tiny waist. That was specific. I would daydream about having a tiny waist, um, clear skin, and long hair. And look where I am now. Look where I am now, where my hair is literally down my behind. And I am proud of it. I'm proud of it. And the thing is, it may have taken a while, but I knew it was possible. And I was so excited about it at the time. I was like, ooh, I can already see it. I can taste it. My skin's going to be clear. And because of that, it magnetized towards me. I naturally wanted to eat well. I naturally wanted to exercise. I naturally wanted to do this or that or do the things that was necessary to make my skin clear. And I never thought my skin would actually be clear. I really thought I was doomed to not having clear skin because of how my skin was leading up in high school. And I didn't. It wasn't even just my diet every time. Like even when I ate well as a vegan, I thought that being vegan would save me with that, and it did not. And I even thought that going vegan would save me from being not healthy. I did not. It did not. I had to really learn the hard way very recently that it doesn't matter if I'm vegan or I only eat raw meat. There's a specific type of way that my body likes to eat that I need to follow. And I've got that message and I'm so, so grateful for it. So, bottom line is what I'm saying. Our manifestations, it's not just like being like, oh, writing down affirmations and tirelessly repeating them like a robot. You have to be excited about it. It has to be the thing. It has to be the thing because I didn't want clear skin at the time. It's not even a far-fetched thing, but sometimes a lot of us are not genetically blessed when it comes to that. My sister was, my younger sister and my older sister, they were both blessed with beautiful skin. They don't have to do nothing. They don't have to do nothing. But for me, what happened was not only my lifestyle, but was me believing that I can have great skin like them. I have their DNA, I have their blood, not the exact copy because we're all individual and different like snowflakes. I know a lot of people don't like to use that, but it's true. But that's what happens. You have to believe it's possible. But the thing is, you don't have to even seriously believe it. It's going to happen either way. You just have to be excited about it. Have the visualization. Be so excited about it that it's literally here with you right now. And Manson, what does blue collar mean? Adorable. You spelled it kind of correctly. Collar. Excuse me. Blue collar, how I was raised. My definition is going to be different for other people in the US. But to me, blue collar is like the working class. It's like being in a lower class area, a lower to middle class, probably it could be middle class, but it's like lower middle class where a lot of people are, I don't want to say scrimping and saving and surviving, but it's you're probably going to be in an area where there's a lot of fast food restaurants, there's a lot of liquor stores, there are a lot of people who have a poverty mindset. There's still great areas out there, so I'm not knocking it, and I'm grateful for how I was raised. But this is usually in an area where you're kind of just settling in. You're settling into life. This is how life will always be. Nothing can be better from here. And that wasn't good enough for me. I always knew that life was more than to how I was raised. I knew I was going to be more than that. I knew I was going to have better experiences, better mindsets, better lifestyle habits, better mindset habits. And that once again goes back to manifestation. We need to have better mindset habits because, or lifestyle habits. Because the thing is, yes, please have the visualization and be so excited about it. You could pee yourself, but also you're going to have those inspired action steps to get to where you need to go. Like for me, with the thing I just got rejected for, I was not, once again, I was not excited about it. I was not excited about the thing, hence why it was not in my experience. But my real manifestation, the real desire I want, that would have not resonated well on my path. And that's why I'm so grateful for it. There is no way that could have been a great stepping stone to get to where I needed to go. It was merely going to be another experience. But ooh, just ate your vegan dinner. Ooh, metalhead of fire. Nice. Metal vegans in the house. Um, but yes, that's the thing. I'm grateful for, and this is why we need to be grateful when something that we wanted to manifest or what we desire did not come into fruition. Because it doesn't mean you're not a good manifester. It just means that it was not a resonant part of your story that could have got you to your highest timeline. And that's how I chose to see it. Because, in the past, a little less than a year ago, probably about 6 months ago, I would have been so discouraged. And let me know if this resonates with you all. I would have been so discouraged. I would have been like, oh my God, not again. Not again. Why is this happening to me? No. Gone are the days where we do that. We do not spiral. We are not in survival mode. And we only choose to thrive here in the Darkling Mystic Circle community. I don't have to tell y'all nothing. We're empowered here. We're empowered here. We don't let external situations dictate our internal world. And that's what we not gonna do. Okay. So I choose to be encouraged by this situation. I choose to be empowered by this situation because we all know that when certain things do not come into our existence or do not come into fruition, something equivalent or better comes, especially when our manifestation game is strong. So that's why it's important to dream big. That's another truth of manifestation. I would say the first one is to feel intensely about it when you're visualizing. Be in la la land, be in fantasy world, drift off. Be excited about it to the point where you're already there. You're already on the beach. You're already on at that retreat. You already have that position. You already have that career. You're already there because your brain can't tell the difference. Your brain already thinks you're there, so you might as well keep it up and be consistent with it and follow the inspired action steps needed that your intuitive guidance is telling you. But you need to dream big because when you dream big, so many things will come into your existence that will just become the GPS for you to get there. You don't want to dream small and be like, okay, I want a calculator for Christmas. Thank you, source, for the calculator. Like, dream big, honey. It's okay. It's okay to dream big. You're allowed to have the thing. Give yourself permission to have the thing or the person or the place. within divine will, according to divine will, and with harm to no one for the highest and greatest good of all. We want to make sure that it's for the highest and greatest good of all, with harm to no one, according to divine will, and within alignment, because sometimes we'll attract things into our existence that it's not, I don't want to say is a test, because I don't think that we're ever being tested. I think that we just are, things happen that allow us to have choices. We have a choice to take the lowest common denominator thing or the highest common denominator thing. Fake it till you make it is pretty much what manifestation is. That's a great way. I'm glad you asked that, because this is what I like to say. And I actually mentioned this in my Spring into Power masterclass that happened this past Friday, which was so awesome. Thank you all so much for joining me, and also signing up for the replay for it. If you go to MadameMystiqueandMore.com, I have it pinned to my pages here on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook. Go to MadameMystiqueandMore.com to download your copy of the PDF version of the Spring into Power Masterclass. That was such a great time. I'm actually in the middle of editing the replay for it, because that was so powerful. So I'll definitely have that soon. But definitely grab yourself a copy of the Spring into Power Masterclass PDF, and you will not regret it. And I talked about that in the Spring into Power. I can't wait for the next event that we do. But I don't like to say fake it until you make it. I say be it until you see it. I say be it until you see it. Because it's more than just faking it. Because yes, and that's the thing. We fake it all the time. How do you learn a language? How would I be able to learn Swedish? I would have to practice it and basically fake until not even fake. I would have to be it. I would have to be, hey, how's it going? Supreme Black Dragon. I trust you're doing well. And hello to everyone that just joined on every platform. Once again, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Much love, my lovely Darkling Mystic Circle. I trust you're doing well today. Let me know how you're doing in the comments. But yes, we're talking about the truth about manifestation, and then we're going to go into our full moon reading very shortly. That is going to be happening this Saturday, which I'm very excited for. But oh my God, did I say that the full moon that's coming up is in Leo? I trust I did not say that. I meant to say Libra. I definitely meant to say Libra. Anyways, but it's be it until you see it, because we have to, it's all about embodiment. It's all about embodiment. Because if you try to go to the gym, if your goal is to get in shape, or I don't want to even say that, that's not really a good goal, or a good manifestation. Like with a lot of my readings, I don't like to do readings that are just yes or no questions. I like questions that are open-ended. Just like for getting in shape. No, what is your actual goal? What is your actual goal? Be very clear and specific and precise about what your goal is when it comes to manifestation. You're not just trying to get in shape. You're trying to feel not even feel well. You want to feel like an Adonis. I want my body to be at this peak. And that doesn't mean being like He-Man. That means having a certain type of definition. That means being able to lift a certain amount of weight. That means possibly competing in certain things. That means being confident enough to go to the beach and to take off your shirt and your shoes and your boxers, but having something to cover that up, though. There are children present. Have some decency. So it's be it until you see it, because there is times where I go to the gym all the time. I'm literally going to go to the gym tonight, full face and everything. And I do yoga a lot. I'm going to be doing yoga classes really soon, so stay tuned for that. And I'm very, very excited about that. They're not going to be your typical yoga classes. I'll tell you what, because I'm getting more into the sacred feminine. I'm getting more bold when it comes to the sacred feminine on my platforms, and I'm very excited to see what I birth from that. But the first steps of going to the gym when you want to get in shape, you're not a gym rat yet. You're probably still out of shape. You're probably still not feeling confident about going to the gym. You be it until you see it. You go to the gym with pride, with confidence, regardless of whether or not you are a gym rat, because you probably think that people are judging you, blah blah blah, understandable. But you beat until you see it. You go to the gym like you're a pro every day until you see the definition, and then you still keep going because you want to get better and better. There's no plateauing ever. You want to get better and better, and that's on that. It's more like trying to make stuff happen that's out of one's own hands. Exactly. We can't force matter into matter. The thing is, we're mostly energetic. Everything is mostly energetic. I love how on Facebook you can definitely see the incense smoke happening, um, which is so funny. It looks like I'm smoking, but I'm not. Even if I was, who cares? But I do not smoke. So, um, but yeah, I'm someone who is like that. I love action. I love to put the pedal to the metal. I love action just as much as any glamour goal. But you can't force matter into matter, because matter is the last realm. Matter is the last thing you encounter when it comes to manifesting things into being. Your desires crystallize into matter from energy. Your desire was an energetic force that crystallized into matter. Everything is like a crystallization from matter. Everything. That's why as above, so below is such a thing, because like everything we're seeing is a reflection, a pattern, a season, or a cycle, or just a direct reflection of everything that happens in the cosmos. So we think we're unique here. We think we're alone here on Earth, and we're not. Something something has created everything from its own mind. We don't know what it is, and we probably don't need to know what it is. But you can't force things into being. And I would have, if I got that position that I was talking about earlier, that's me forcing things into matter, because that wouldn't have been an opportunity that would have expanded me at all. I would have been taking it just to take it. And how non-expansive is that? How non-expansive is that? That's me contracting. The universe wants us to expand. The universe expands. The universe is expanding in every direction like an inflating balloon. And it wants us to expand in a similar way, just like it. It wants to expand through us as well. It gathers all this knowledge and information and experience through us to expand it, expand it, expand it. And it is our responsibility to expand along with it, and to do our duty as dynamic beings to elevate and to ascend. That's how we expand, and that's how it expands. So I'm not going to be expanded from this situation that I was rejected from. That's why they say rejection is protection. Okay, but I think rejection is redirection. I think rejection is a saving grace. I think rejection is letting you know that wasn't the thing, honey. That wasn't the thing, sis. It's okay to want better. It's okay to want more. This thing would have contracted you, not expanded you. So that's the truth about manifestation. Manifestation is not just about thinking positively, as I talked about in my Magical Monday newsletter the other day. If you want to sign up for my newsletter, which I have every week on Magical Monday, I talk about my lives, the topics I have in my stories and my lives always come from my Magical Monday newsletter. So if you want to be ahead of the game and know about every week's theme in advance, sign up for my Magical Monday newsletter at madammystique.com. Link is in the pin to the chat. Excuse me. But the truth about manifestation, once again, it is having that feeling, having that amazing feeling when you're visualizing it, not only just visualizing it and being like, oh my God, it's gonna be so much fun when I do this, but you're feeling the fun now, you're feeling the joy now, you're feeling the freedom now, you're feeling the peace now. Feel that peace now. Feel that joy now. You're allowed to feel that way. You can feel that way right now. You are allowed to give yourself permission. Your body feels that. That's why feeling negative doesn't feel normal for us. It's not our natural state of being. That's why joy, ecstasy, bliss, and peace feels amazing, and love and light feels amazing, because that's our natural state of being. But we wouldn't be able to know that we feel amazing if we didn't have contrasting experiences like rejection to remind us, okay, that wasn't the thing. So think about what the thing actually is for you. What is your highest, most desired dream ever? Dream big. Do not play small. Do not play small. Do not play small. What is the thing? And expand on it. Like think about it specifically and feel that joy now. And number two, you have to make sure that you are it like that it how can I explain? You have to make sure that once again, it is I think I just went over it. Yeah, you have to make sure that it's a thing. It's the thing. Because once again, we play small and we get disappointed when something doesn't come into fruition. It wasn't the thing. That's another thing too. You still use inspired action though, but do not force things into being because you can't force matter into matter. Things crystallize into matter because your desire is happening right now. That's why you can see it, smell it, and taste it, even if it's in your mind's eye or within your mind or just within your body. But everything, even your body, used to just be energy, but it crystallized into matter. Failure makes us appreciate success more. Absolutely. Absolutely. And to me, failure means not trying. Like even with my platforms, I would have felt like I used to think that I was such a failure for always switching and resetting and redoing my message and all that type of stuff. But no, I'm shedding the layers of what I really want to talk about. I'm allowing myself to be more and more authentic all the time. I'm no longer allowing myself to put on a mask to water down my message. I know what I want to talk about, and I sometimes you lighten it, you water it down to make it more palatable, or to possibly get more views or likes. So what does that even mean? I want to resonate with the right people. I don't care about the likes and the views and the comments and the no, I want to be in resonance with the right community. I want an aligned community. And that's why I'm so grateful for you all, especially joining me for my lives on all these platforms. I like how I do this at the same time. It makes it so convenient, but I'm so grateful for all your love and support as I constantly navigate and switch and change and go like, the Pisces I am, just flowing down the river of whatever excites me the most. But yes, manifestation is all about how you feel about the thing, but it has to be the highest desire. And don't be scared of taking inspired actions, now, because it's not just about waiting until things happen. We still have to use our hands and feet. However, it's not only up to us. It's not only up to us. Something is allowing things to align. It's something is allowing us to be or something gives us breadcrumbs and signs and synchronicities to let us know this is the right way to do it. That's the right way to do it. We just have to be a very clear channel to hear that divine message. Thank you. You look so fire in this fit. It's like a semi see-through clothes. Yes. I wouldn't wear this in like that in public. I would wear like an undershirt, but I decided to be a little sultry with it today because I like my little witchy hat. And I just like this outfit. I haven't worn this dress in a while. And this is going to be a perfect spring dress. I'm totally wearing this dress all the time. But yes, now that we got into manifestation and we talked all about the truth about manifestation, that manifestation is not just about thinking positively. It's about adding your emotions, and it's about dreaming big. It's about staying the course, and it's about always having faith that it is happening right now because everything all exists right now. I know it sounds weird. We don't know why. That's what it is. That's on that. Now let's get on to our collective reading, our reading about what to expect for the full moon. So give me 1 second as I put my energy into my deck. And thank you for those who join me on every platform. I trust you're doing well. So let's get our read on. Okay, great. I'm glad I found this. One of the cards that are from the instructions. Perfect. All right, so give me 1 second as I put my energy into my deck. But in the meantime, let me know how your days are so far. I always love to hear how you're doing on this lovely Witchy Wisdom Wednesday. Okay. Un segundo, por favor. Actually, probably even putting my cards through the smoke really quick, cleanse them, give it a little bit more juice. All right. So my question is, what do we need to know for this week's upcoming full moon? What do we need to know for this week's upcoming full moon? By the way, I just found out that today is International Unicorn Day. Isn't that cute? Ah, that's so cute. I'm curious, is this all your natural hair made into the braids? Actually, yes, Manson, this is my real hair. This is my real hair. I started doing my locks. It's 2025. I started getting locks in 2013, 6 months after I went vegan, and I've never cut them. So yeah, this is my real hair. They're locks. They're not braids. But and I actually just recently did my hair. I retwisted it myself. I just decided to wear a hat today. Um, but yeah, this is my real hair, and as y'all know, I'm a little lady, a little priestess. But yeah, my hair is down my bootay. Yeah, boy toy. Yeah, they're locks. These are my natural locks. I love my locks. My locks represent so much for me. I also just love natural hair. Not no shade to anyone who doesn't. I just love natural hair. So I'm very grateful that I kept them and I had the patience. Speaking of manifestation, there was one point in time where I wanted long hair, as I mentioned earlier in my live. I wanted long hair. I visualized myself having long hair. And look at me now. It took quite a few years, but my hair is long and it's all mine, and I'm very, very grateful for it. Okay, so the reading is, what do we need to know as a collective, as the Darkling Mystic Circle? Mwah, mwah, mwah. What do we need to know for this upcoming full moon? Okay, give me 1 second, please. I'll do a 1 card pull because if I did a 3 card pull, it would take me all day. I love to do readings. If you would like to get a reading with me, you can go to madamystiqueandlaw.com, and you can look at the book online section. I love doing readings. I love doing readings for my clients, my supporters, my students. It's so much fun. Yes, thank you so much, Manson. I love long hair. I love long hair. All hair types look great on women, but I love long hair in particular. All right, so what do we need to know? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Ooh, 2 of Swords. And I believe this is actually a Libra card, which is wild because this moon's going to be in Libra. And if you don't know, every full moon is how do I y'all know this. Y'all are into metaphysics. But the new moon is always in the astrological sign of the where the moon is. Now we're in Aries season. But the full moon is always on the opposite side, which is going to be Libra. So yeah, like 6 months from now would be like October 9th. That's Libra season. So y'all already know that though. This is not a crash course. We're all in higher planes here. So this is the 2 of Swords, and this is definitely a Libra card. And 2 of Swords and 2 representing air, which is awesome because spring represents air. Spring is definitely in the energy of air. And what I'm getting from this, oh my God, I love this. And once again, 2 usually means duality. 2 always means duality. And I love that. And also what I love about the imagery in this, if you don't know already, y'all know I'm really metaphysical, and so are y'all, which I love about it. Behind this is the flower of life, which I think is amazing. I love the flower of life. That's one of my favorite yantras. And what I'm getting here is that right now we need to seep into and be very, not even communicative. It's not even about shadow work that we need to focus on when it comes to our duality, but we need to like really be okay with the fact that we are in a plane where duality exists, but we need to also see the gray. I actually made a video about this on my page earlier this week, where integration is really important. Like you see, this is the light and the dark aspect of our being merging forces with the swords, crossing swords. And it's almost as if they're joining forces. They are no longer just being standalone. They're joining forces to remind us that we are not just our light and our dark. We are both at the same time, and we are not both at the same time. We are light, dark, and everything in between. We are somewhere in the gray all the time. And it's time that we integrated that type of knowledge and remembered that we are neither bad nor good. We are neither black nor white, like the yin and the yang. There is good within the bad and bad within the good. So in that case, it doesn't mean that we have to be neutral and just be robots all the time. But it means that like we need to accept the parts of us that are not only light but dark. But we need to also accept that we don't have to go on the other side of the spectrum for everything. Balance. It's a Libra card. It's a Libra card. Balance the scales. Be nice and balanced. And I'll take it a step further. It doesn't have to even just be about balance. It is a rhythm. It is a steady rhythm from one side of the spectrum to another side of the spectrum. You're not just going to harp on either side of them. That's what duality is. You're choosing to be extremely angry, and then you're choosing to be extremely joyful. No, it is okay to be emotionally regulated and be somewhere on the spectrum, somewhere in the gray. Have a nice flow and a nice rhythm of how you express yourself in all your fullness. It's not just about duality. Once again, we experience duality in this realm, but it's also important to be non-dual about things. You don't have to have an opinion about everything. Not everything has to be good or bad. Not everything has to be going your way. And this is a Libra card once again. Justice, peace, balance. Like sometimes you're not going to find the justice you want or deserve for something. Make justice within yourself. Make justice within yourself. And the flower of life in the background of this, which I think is such a beautiful thing. I love these cards. The flower of life shows that you are the creator. You have all the patterns, the cycles, the rhythms, the cells, the DNA. You have all the energetic coding needed to sustain and maintain and expand life on this planet. Don't let it go to waste by choosing to be dual about everything, choosing to be happy and then sad, choosing to see everything as good or bad. You don't have to choose. You could be all of it at once. Just be healthy about it. So be somewhere in the gray. Remember the yin and the yang. It's the same thing. So once again, for the full moon, which I think is amazing that it's a Libra card, knowing that the full moon is going to be in Libra, it is important that we become non-dual, and that doesn't mean being gray all the time and being like numb or being too neutral. There are times where we do need to be neutral. We need to accept the situation as it is and just focus on how we feel about certain things so we can possibly do something about it. But it's also important that we once again have a rhythm between how we feel about something, and not hopping too much on the other side of the spectrum because we've been, socially prodded to believe that that's necessary in order to be a compassionate human being. I don't know why we think that we always have to have an opinion on something. Once again, we've been conditioned to be that way, but we know it doesn't feel good to us. So it's time for us to like once again be a little bit non-dual, a little bit in the gray, but allow our light and dark aspects to merge forces so that like we can be express the full range of emotions that we're supposed to feel as humans. That's the point. We're supposed to feel it all and be it all. And the dark aspects of us allow us to transmute and to alchemize things into higher states of being, the light side. So you want to have those aspects of your being. You don't want to shame or judge yourself for feeling any type of way, but snap yourself back to wholeness, snap yourself back to presence. You know that you're not supposed to be jumping to anger or being quick to fear at all times. You are fine. Like once again, flower of life. You are never without flower of life, and I think Metatron's cube. You are protected, you are guided, you are guarded at all times. Do not allow certain things to throw you into fear. Be discerning about it. Use your discernment to know like when someone's trying to get you to fear or to make you like feel happy or jovial about something, to buy something, for instance. Who says that we're supposed to think and feel anyway? I mean, you know what I mean? It'd be like that. If you don't want to think and feel, more power to you. I'm not here to tell you otherwise. Do what you feel with your authentic free will. But with this card, we can feel it all. We can think it all, but not everything is on one side of the spectrum at all time. Everything is all the gray. All of our truth is different. All of our truth is going to be different. Schizo theory. This is how I feel as a Gemini and follower of Ma'at. Duality is not just about two opposites working together. It's also about how they are one. Absolutely schizo theory. Thank you so much for that perspective because that's so true. And Ma'at is really important. Balance, because it reminds us that, like, think about it. I always talk to people about this with my clients. What is hot and cold? You know what I mean? What is hot and cold? If you think about hot and cold water, the on the spectrum, there's hot and there's cold. What makes something hot and what makes it cold? It's varying degrees in temperature. It's still water, but water is not bad for being hot or being cold. So it's just an opinion at the end of the day. And what's hot for one person is not going to be that hot to a next person. What's cold water to another person will not be that cold to another person. It's all from our own consciousness. We perceive things from our own projection of our own consciousness. So that's why it's not even necessary to always be on one side of the spectrum about something and be like, damn, that water's hot. Oh, Lord. And keep thinking about it and be upset about it. Child, move on. Move on. Water be watering, and water has a temperature, and that's on that. So once again, it's time for us to like break the barrier of duality. I know we experienced that here for our own expansion as humans, but it's time to see things in a way of rhythm, law of rhythm in Hermeticism, law of polarity in Hermeticism. Once again, things are on the opposite side of the spectrum, but you can choose to go back and forth. With the pendulum swinging, you can choose to go on one side of the spectrum or the other side of the spectrum, or you can choose to like where you where you exist in between it all. Manson, I mean more like we are supposed to think and feel is not one single person's opinion. It's multiple people through time. What we naturally think and do is what we learn by doing. Absolutely. Oh my God. Yeah. Everything is gathered. We've gathered information. That's actually what spirit wants to do through us. We're just gathering information from different sources in order to report back to our higher self. Our higher self is just gathering information through our being at the end of the day. It's just gathering information, and a lot of the information we've internalized have been things that we've been taught or programmed or conditioned to believe by other people. So that's what I'm here for. This is what Madame Mystique Noir in my community does. We transcend that. We transcend our limitations. We transcend our fears. We transcend our negative limiting beliefs. We transcend societal conditioning, all so we can go back into authenticity, also we can go back into wholeness. It's all about how we think and feel, and we get to choose. That's the power of being a human that we've been conditioned out of believing. We forget that we get to choose. We don't have to choose anger. We don't have to choose misery. We don't have to choose that job. We don't have to choose that car. We don't have to choose that person. We are not limited to these things. Better always comes, but we have to decide that it comes. We get to will things with our. I made a carousel, an affirmation carousel about that like a week or two ago, and that this is one of my favorite affirmations I've been saying to myself lately. It's my reality, and I command it. It's my reality, and I command it. Okay, I repeat, it's my reality, and I command it. And if the thing does not happen, it doesn't mean that we're bad manifestors, especially if we're doing the technique of feeling it into being and having the proper visualization and doing the inspired action steps and being excited about it and not having an outcome attached to it and not giving up and not failing by giving up. It means that it was not supposed to be on our path because better is coming, better or equivalent is coming. Schizo theory, be the spectrum, not the polarities. Absolutely. Be the spectrum, not the polarities. There's a fullness, a wholeness, a unity, a oneness in the human experience that we need to partake in rather than compartmentalizing what is good or what is bad. And I love that. Thank you for that. Um, yeah, it's really important that we are in alignment with who we actually want to be rather than what we've been told we're supposed to be. But yes, I trust this card helped because this helped me. I like this. This was great. This actually has been a theme all week for me anyway. I love, love, love that. Um, excuse me. Oh my God, schizo theory. What's your human design type? Oh my God, that is such a funny question. Um, I'm a generator. I'm a generator, and it's awesome because my husband is a manifesting generator. Speaking of manifestation, he's a manifesting generator, which makes a lot of sense. But I'm a generator. Um, I need to do a reading on that soon. I know my fair share of it, but it's funny. I didn't think I would be that. I thought it would be something not that it's bad, but yeah. Um but yes, I trust this reading was helpful. I trust that my insight was helpful for this upcoming full moon and for whatever you're going through this week. Once again in this community, we're all leveling up and we're all ascending and we're all elevating and expanding. But it all comes down back to being in wholeness with ourselves, being in unity within ourselves, and being in oneness within ourselves. So if you would like to work with me further, you can go to madamesticono.com for my readings, for my content, and for my new Spring into Power Masterclass PDF that I just uploaded. Since I just did my masterclass on Friday, this past Friday, which was phenomenal. So I really much so recommend that. And the video replay will be coming very, very soon. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And I have a very exciting class that I'm going to be posting really soon. And I'm very excited about it. It's going to be very sacred feminine, very sensual, very sexy. So keep your eyes peeled. And per Manson's request, I can't say no. Fit check. Yes, this is a dress I got from Killstar. They gifted it to me to do content like 6 months ago. I'm wearing this little sheer dress. I wish it was a little tighter for my little waist, but it is totally a-okay. A little faux leather A-line skirt, like faux leather pockets, little faux leather collar, and the cuffs. And I have my witchy hat here with some vintage looking earrings. I definitely wanted to still give off my vintage like look, my gothabilly look. And if I were to wear something with this, I would wear like my witchy boots. I would wear witchy boots because this is pretty casual. But if I wanted to be very super duper casual, I'd probably wear like my spider web, what's it called? Combat booties. But I don't like to be too casual a lot of the time. So I like to like at least look a little bit dressed. I love heels. Okay. Thank you, Manson. And thank you everyone for joining me today for our collective reading and talk about stuff. I love when we chat together. Y'all are so awesome on every platform. Like I just love you all so much. But just keep an eye out for my stories. Visit me at madamesticono.com for to book your reading with me or to book your clarity call with me, all that type of stuff. Yes, get yourself some sleep, darling. I know it's probably late AF over in Sweden, but I'm so grateful for you. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you so much. Much love. And until next time, my lovely darkling. Bye-bye. And bye-bye to you as well. Mwah.